In a short period in my life, I experienced a lot of things, who show me that there is always a direction, there is always a feeling, and I really trust my feeling. That's like that I work. That's all about my life, I go where my feelings are, and then I do. That's it. Simple.
So I'm Benoît Richaud. I'm from France and I'm a figure skating choreographer. So I work with top skaters in the world of figure skating, and I'm trying to develop as maximum as possible the artistic side of my sports. So we change now the step, to really try to get this maximum level technique, but the important part of the program is the real subject of the feeling we want to give to people. And what is that?
To have more freedom and
I did that program to make you free. To understand how I become a choreographer, I think it's important to understand what I did before. First of all, I'm from France, so it's a very artistic country. Second point, I come from Avignon, which is probably one of the most artistic cities in the country.
On a la chance quand même d'avoir la culture tout autour de nous. J'habite à Avignon, c'est une ville qui est très culturelle. J'ai eu l'occasion de voir des spectacles. Je bouge dedans. Très souvent, quand je suis à l'étranger, j'en profite aussi pour aller voir des spectacles. Donc je m'ouvre à beaucoup de choses et je fais le plus de choses possible. Like Avignon has the biggest festival of theater in the world. It's like every day you have like almost 2,000 pieces of theater who play during the festival in July. It's something huge, you have no idea. I cannot really tell you how, because you just have to walk in the street and you can feel everything. It's just there. It's like when you walk, you can taste everything. It's inside the street, it's everywhere. I'm a true believer in life, when I was a kid I was really not like that because I was always scared of everything, and the life gave me many experiences that I need to believe where the life wants me to go. And I had no idea I will become a choreographer. That was never my dream or anything. I was working in a bar for 5 years when I quit skating because I had no money, I had nothing, so I had to work. And I was really sick and tired of ice dance because my career didn't end up like I wanted to. So I was just like, okay, figure skating is just not for me. So I was like, okay, I need something else. So I start to do many other things. I start to make electronic music. I played in a big club in Paris. I signed a contract with a record for my 2 albums, but I just realized it was not for me. So I decided to make an acting school. I went to Cours Florent. It's the best acting school in France. But then when I did everything, I realized I don't want to do that. So it was just a really nice experience, but it was not enough for me. very simple. I got a friend who was a friend with the coach of Denis Vassiliev, and when I saw this kid at Junior World, I was so impressed that I asked directly my friend, do you know if this kid is looking for a choreographer? And they said no first. And then I said, oh, if they are looking for someone, then I would like to do it. And then I had a meeting when I was in Paris with the coach, and they just trusted me. I don't really know how to explain it because I had no experience, but they just liked my idea. It was a really modern program compared to all the other one and compared to what Denis was doing. And everything kind of started with that program. I did that program, and then I started to meet different people, and then I started to continue to make choreography.
That's better. Show me again the part Danny after the loop. Twizzle, loop, dance.
So I work with Brady, Denis Ten, Daisuke Takahashi, Kaori Sakamoto, Mai Miyara, Shafik Besseguier, Romain Ponsard, Mae Berenice, Yvette Toth, Daniel Grassi from Italy, Jeremy Abbott. Sometimes I kind of forgot with who I work. That's nothing against my skater, but it's just like, it's not really something I care about. You know, like if my skaters are big or famous, or I don't really pay attention. So sometimes I just forgot that I work with some people, but just because there is many people and because I stay active, you know. I'm always moving forward. I'm a pure organic person in my work. There is nothing planned. If I plan, it's a disaster. If I start to think, I cannot create.
You really have fun. Because now you don't do it.
I need to feel. I need to feel the body of the skater. I need to feel the music. I need to feel the energy, you know, between the skater, the music, and me. And then I can create. I never plan any of my work. It's really primary, you know, it's almost like animal, you know, it's like you are in a jungle and you feel the other person, and then if you feel the person, then it works. And I don't work with people I don't feel. If I don't feel you, I don't work with you. I don't need you. It's just a combination of music, my skater, the ice, and me, that's it. Then we can start to work. And we can start to create. You know, we work with humans. I have to create for someone who is alive. You know, I'm not a painter. I'm not a sculptor. I'm not a writer. I'm not a singer. My job is to create a choreography for someone who is human. So it means that someone who's gonna grow every day. It's like I always said, when I go on the ice, I'm lucky enough now to work on an empty rink, so I'm alone. And it's really like I always said, it's like you have a page, and you are like a writer, and you're gonna start to write the first word. And every time we resurface the ice and we make a new clean ice, when the Zambodi come on the ice, it's like, oh, they give me another page. So I took the first one, I clack, 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 I put here, and then I start another one. And then on the other one, if I like it, then I cut it. I keep it on me. And then they give me another one, I rewrite again. And then I continue to write. And then if I like it, I put it again to garbage and I restart every time they clean the ice. That's like that I work with my skater. And you know, I do a lot of improvisation with my skater also. I think it's something really important because I need to understand how they feel the musicality. And this is like a really interesting process because I can also develop myself a lot. I spend a lot of time, you know, trying to find something different and something unique. It's a pure pleasure to be on the ice. I just love it. Sometimes I have also to reconnect a bit with myself, you know. I give a lot every day to my skater, you know, I work 10 hours a day. So sometimes I just need to do something for me because at the beginning, you know, if I do everything I do, it's because at one point I enjoy to do it. So even if some people can think I do it bad, but I don't really care, you know, I do it for me to just have fun and enjoy, you know, the movement without any rules. Because when I do that, all the time when I post something, it's improvisation. Don't think one time I did that, 2 times. No, it's not. It's a one shot. I ask my friend, oh, take video, I put the music. Sometimes I don't even know the music and I just try to feel. When I think you really open yourself and you are really free, then I think your body have no rules anymore. You know, that's the problem of the world. We have so many rules around us, everywhere. Try to think where you are free. Try to think. We don't have a lot of space for freedom in our life. When I do that, I'm completely free. Being a skater is a tough life. You know, we don't realize what these kids are doing. You know, it's tough. Figure skating is a strong sport. This sport is so crazy in all the aspects, mentally, physically, artistically, like people judge you. It's a moment sport. It means that this is now, not later. You have to do it now. You have no choice. It's now. It's not when you will feel good. It's you have to make it now. And you don't have like 1 hour or 2 hours to make it, you know, it's an instant process. I think we really need to respect that first. And all of that make most of the skater, you know, like most of the skater, if you don't follow them, they lose the taste, the idea, the connection. And I just realized that if I'm too far, you know, after like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, my work disappears. The idea gonna be still there, but not like at 100%. It's gonna be there at 30%. I had many examples from programs that I see, and then I'm getting almost sad because I don't even recognize my work, you know. Or because everything is changed, you know, like, or the skater forget, you know, because they forgot the rhyme is here, so every competition, you know, if the arm is here, next competition is here, next competition is here, and then after there is no more arm, you know, so it's like, after you're becoming a bit disappointed, and also, you know, what I realized it wasn't good for me is that people judge. They're gonna say the choreography is not good. So at the end of the day, they're gonna think the job I'm making with my skater is not good. So now I just realized that the only way to be better for everyone, it was that I keep a relation all season long. Then I can develop my skater more, you know. So we can really work to make things better.
I really enjoyed working with him because he has a style that I've never seen before, and I felt like that's what I really needed to kind of spice up my skating. When you work with somebody, you either click or you don't, and what he brought to the table and everything, we just kind of clicked, and it was a very big challenge for me at first, but I enjoy a challenge. He pushes you to your limit, and depending on the day, it can be very fun because he makes it fun. It's like he's the kind of person where he'll challenge you and you want to do better for him. He makes everything seem attainable, and he's very artistic. And I think you have to be a good choreographer, and I think he's just very talented.
You feel the difference? Yes? You use more space and energy is not the same.
I definitely see him pushing the envelope and trying to make the athletes step out of their box and out of their comfort zone and do things in a different way than they've been used to, and that's important.
Seeing Benoit at work is fantastic. It's a special experience. He's really so creative, and the attitude that he has towards the kids is all what you need to bring out the best in you. It really taps into what you need to work on, and however strong it might be, it's exactly what you need. It's the truth. He always tells the truth, and it was really fascinating. After a long time that I hadn't seen him, we trained together, but it was great to see what he's become and the good that he's doing to sport.
And got level 3 or B.
My advice on my top skater, you know, I always say it many times. I said to them, like, first things, trust yourself. Second thing is try to think when you were a kid, when you step on the ice. Try to remind you what kind of feeling you had, because at that day, all your world changed because you really like to skate. Because you know everything, you know, in every big skater there is a small baby who start to skate, and so I always try to remind them like the love of skating, because that's why they all do that first. You know, first they don't do that to be champion. They do that because they love to skate, and they need after to believe. You know, they need to believe like their circle of people who are around them. You know, like their family, their coach, the choreographer.
You know, there is two examples I like to take. First one is, you know, we all have a friend who always said, oh, when I drive car, I always have accident. And me, I always said, yes, you have accident because you just say it. If you believe so, then the life will create it for you. And there is this second example, and this one is my favorite, is that I say to all of my skaters, we all have one time in our life a place where the life shows us a left road or a right road. Really simple. Imagine you are in a street and you don't know why. You have no idea why. You feel it's left. But then you're gonna go right. And when you go right, 5 minutes later, you realize it was left, the direction. I'm not that kind of person. I go to the left directly. So I listen a lot. You know, like I had so many experiences. I mean, you know, some people can say, oh, you are young, you still have a lot to learn. Of course, I have a lot to learn. But in a short period in my life, I experienced a lot of things, you know, who show me that there is always a direction, there is always a feeling, and I really trust my feeling. That's like that I work. That's all about my life, you know. I go where my feelings are, and then I do. That's it. Simple. Every time I was scared about the future, I had many situations. Again, like I remember when I started to teach in Switzerland, I was teaching adult people for 2 years almost, you know, when I started to teach figure skating. Because nobody wanted to work with me. Everyone was saying I'm not a good coach, or I'm not a good choreographer. I don't know what I do in figure skating. Many people told me that. I remember one time I was at a point one night and I was watching the sky. It was a beautiful night and everything was a disaster for me. It's like I had no more job, no more client who want to work with me, and I moved my life to Switzerland to start to teach, but I was still living between Avignon and Switzerland. I didn't have any more job, and I remember watching the sky and I could feel like something gonna happen, you know? And 1 month later, I was doing the choreography for Lisa Tuktamisheva, world champion. And at that time, I was really worried about, you know, oh, what's gonna come next? What I think, if your work ethic is good, if you are a happy person, if you do what you love, that's the most important things will come, you know. I kind of like also this freedom of my work. You know, the fact that I'm not stuck. Many people, you know, that's what I said, you know, they cannot be free. They need to have a regular work. I don't have that. Me, it doesn't make me scared, it makes me really happy. I'm like, wow, I'm such a lucky person. Imagine, my son is born now. I can stay home for 1 month if I want.
Ah. Hey, Papa? Papa.
You know, I just had like in 6 months the opposite feeling, you know, I went from losing my dad to having the birth of my child, you know, so it just made me realize how important the life is. And if when I wake up in the morning, I'm a happy person. And now with the birth of my child, I'm really happy and I'm much more calm than what I was before. And when the birth of my son came, like I said, when people ask me, I said, look, I cannot really describe how beautiful is it. It looks almost unreal. So magic, beautiful, amazing, all of these words are nothing compared to what you can feel, because it's much more strong and it's much more intense. And you know, to see a little boy and you think like, oh, it's my son. You know, it's also, I think, a step in a life will make you more confident and more like in peace, you know, once again. Then for sure it affects everything that you pretend to do after. It's gonna be an important part of my life because it's gonna explain me a lot the meaning of the life, you know, why we are here. I think many people, they don't really know why. I'm here to be happy. That's the meaning of my life.
If people ask you what the most important thing is that you've learned as an artist, what would it be?
That will be to never think you are an artist. That's the main thing. Because I'm not an artist, I'm just a human, you know. And that's what I think is important.